let's do something similar to the last one that we did, only let's have it be a one pull. So here is the example of the one that I'm going to try to replicate. It won't replicate exactly, they never do, but I'm going to give it a shot. Let's start with a light blue. It doesn't have to be this exact blue. Any brand will work. You just need some. And of course white, because it's always lighter towards the horizon line. I'm going to take this down just a little past the center because I want to get some of that blue down in there a little bit. I'm going to use two texture tools this time. This is just a piece of fun foam that has this great pattern on it. Nice. Repeat that pattern down here on the end just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this one, you can see all the dots on it, and I'm just going to add a little bit more texture right down here towards the horizon line, and then I'm going to repeat that by just transferring some of that pattern onto the bottom of my plate, similar to that. And I'm hoping that does the trick. Now, the real trick behind doing a one pull is you have to let everything sit and dry. This lower area is pretty well dry, and I only need to take my green up this far. So the rest of this isn't dry yet, but that won't be a problem. I'm going to use some green gold, and this is a very transparent paint color. So I'm going to be able to have that previous layer show through to some degree. I'll bring it up just a little further. Okay, and this time I'm going to use a texture tool that is something that my husband had, and he does some reloading. So this is from his reloading supplies, and it works great. Anything that's comparable would also work great. See how it pulled off all that green? And I'm kind of overlapping this pattern just a little bit. Is I'm going to add some circles with my lids. And what I'm doing is I'm removing some of the paint, the next layer, to show through a little bit. So that has to dry completely. I'll be back when it's dry. This is dry. The next thing I'm going to use is my comb, and I'm going to mix a little bit of this Quin Gold with a little bit of the metallic gold. And I want enough paint on here that I can kind of manipulate my paint a little bit. So this may be a little bit more than what I actually wanted, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay. Take it up into above my horizon line a little bit. I'm going to take my comb and I'm going to place my comb, not pressing so hard that I destroy my gel plate, but I'm going to pull that up and remove some of the paint. I'm going to do it same thing from the other side, about like so. Turn this a little bit, go the other direction, come this direction, and I want it up into that blue just a bit. And I kind of push my comb gently up and around. And then I'm just going to kind of randomly take care of some of these other paint colors. With my gold and my Quin Gold, I'm going to load up my comb with a little bit of that paint. And up at the top of these, I'm just going to give it a little tassel up on the top. And sometimes I take it out a little bit. And some tassels up here. And some of these open areas I'm going to add a little bit more. And I'm going to check it on this side and see what I think. On something down here. I actually need something up here. Let this dry, and then I'll come back and I'll pull the print. This is completely dry. I'm going to use a little bit of light buttermilk. This is a Decawart Americana product. You could use anything that was Titan Buff, any of those. This one just pulls off the paint rather well. We're going to print on the back of this. It's a light cardstock scrapbooking paper. That's going to be pretty. I like that already. All right, let's adhere the paper. That's what it's going to look like. I'm going to let this sit for just a little bit and let the paint fully adhere, and I'll be back to show you the finished piece. These are the two that I just completed. This was the one that I was hoping to reproduce this right in here because I thought that was really cool. One thing I didn't like about this is it didn't adhere to this paper well, and it left some printing on the plate, which is okay. A few other places it did too. This one pulled up better. I don't have quite as much blue down here as I did in this one, but I actually really like that. And I like the way I added a few more of the dots up here, and you don't see as much of the pattern down here as you do in this one. I'm going to bring these two close so that you can see. All right, let's look at some other ones that I've done. This is one where I used shades of green. This one I used just the Quin Gold down here. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did enjoy this tutorial, please push like and subscribe to my channel so you can see when I put new projects on, and come join me again. Thank you.